What is up, Matwire fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I am super excited. We are actually going to be installing some ARM Motorsport downpipes onto the M3. For those of you that have been following the channel, you know that I've been wanting to install some type of downpipe on the M3. Didn't really want to go catless because I wanted to try something new on this build. I feel like I always go catless. Never disappointed, but I did want to see the difference between a catless downpipe and a high flow catted downpipe. The car already sounds decent, and I think the high flow downpipes is exactly what is missing and kind of push it over the edge and give it that aggression that is missing without it being too raspy. So let me go ahead and get you guys a cold start so that way when we do install the downpipes, we have something to compare it to. Low-key, when the car is cold like that, it does kind of have a little bit of rasp to it already. So I am kind of interested to see how the high flow catless is crazy. High flow catless is ridiculous. So I'm kind of interested to see how the high flow cats make the car sound. Is it going to make it more raspy? Is it going to make it less raspy? It's just hard to know since I already have a VRSF single mid pipe, but it'll be nice to see what the high flow cats sound like paired with the VRSF mid pipe. 2 hours later. Alright, y'all, we about to get this downpipe on and popping. No pun intended. Cue the montage. Ay, 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 go crazy. Ay, 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 yeah. I hate to interrupt the dope montage, but take a look at this. These are the current downpipes, or the stock ones, I should say. And there should be a nice little gasket around both of them. And it's pretty much gone on both. I don't know if you guys can see that, but at the very top, it has it. But if you come down to the bottom, it's like gone. Same with this one. At the bottom, it's gone. At the top, it has it. It should be a nice thick gasket all the way around. So I'm gonna go ahead and order some new ones and complete the install once I get them. What's good, y'all? I got it. Let's rate it 1 through 10. No, I'm just kidding. But not for real. These are what the gasket should have looked like. See how thick that is? Pause. But look, it's definitely like a donut that should go all the way around the downpipe, not just halfway. I went ahead and ordered some of the gaskets for the turbo as well. When you take off the downpipe, these go inside the turbo area. I haven't even seen these ones yet, but I just figured why not order these ones as well, along with the other ones. Dang, but I do apologize. My hair's looking crazy. I got to get a haircut. I have an appointment tomorrow, but I'm not on here to look good. I'm on here to get under the hood. Hey. Got picked twice a day, my type of 2 a day. Woke up with no plans, what I'ma do today. These are not the same, I got no shoes today. My baby missed me, wishing it was 2 of me. And I'm not, if I'm not, then what's the real? I've been up and down Pharaoh. Friend, bro, you did a real kill. Also licking in some pills. I've been at it since. Alright, scratch that. I guess there was old gaskets on there. I'm just blind. It is what it is. Tell her baby, make it twerk. Y'all, that took way longer than expected. Oh my god, that was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be super transparent with y'all. Everything on this install that could have gone wrong went wrong. A lot of things. There was a lot of things that should have taken maybe 5-10 minutes that ended up taking an hour. So that was pretty bad. But nonetheless, I did get everything buttoned back up. Once again, gonna be super transparent with you guys. I did have trouble lining up the exhaust with the downpipes, and there was just the slightest gap to where you could see through and see the gasket. So hopefully it's tight enough. Hopefully I don't have an exhaust leak. But honestly, I'm tired of working on this thing. It's been about 3 days worth of work, like 2 to 3 hours on the first 2 days, and then today But just to give you a little snapshot, I woke up at 9 o'clock this morning, started working, and it is like 3:30. So I've been working on this thing a very, very long time, but hopefully it was all worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and get the first startup with the ARM high flow catted downpipes. Now I am gonna keep the car lifted in the air. I still have to put the belly pan back on, as well as a few things like the strut brace, engine cover. I just wanted to make sure that the car is running okay before I actually put everything back together and button everything up. Pray for me. It low-key sounds the same. Maybe the startup sounds the same, but when we rev it, maybe it might sound a little different. I'll leave the camera back here and do some revs. Alright, there's the difference. It does sound a little different when revving. You can actually hear the turbo spool a little bit better than you could with the stock downpipes. I mean, so that's good to know. Cold start doesn't sound too different, and that was a true cold start. This car's been sitting for, like I said, almost 3 weeks. Sounds really good from the revs. I do want to get it out on the road and see how it sounds actually driving. Don't smell any bad exhaust leaks or anything like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and button up the car, and then we'll go out for a drive. All right, we are out and about now. So far, it sounds pretty good. I don't hear anything crazy. I just wanted to make sure before I started recording that everything was good. But the car's warmed up just a little bit, so we'll go ahead and do a little pull right now. So right now it's in Sport Plus mode. So we'll do just like a little mini pull, see how it sounds. I will say I have noticed already that it's a little more raspy. So not a huge fan of rasp, but it sounds pretty good. Pops are going crazy right now. Honestly, with that pull right there, I didn't even hear any rasp. All right, honestly, that pull didn't really sound too bad. It only sounds super raspy when it's still warming up. I did a couple pulls, like mini pulls, while it was warming up, and it did sound super raspy. But since it is warm now, like I said, that one didn't sound too bad. But now that we do have the high flow catted downpipes, I want to go ahead and flash it to a stage 2 tune. And I want to get rid of the burbles because I'm not a huge fan of the burbles anymore. I just want a nice refined exhaust note, but no burbles or any backfiring at all, because it does get super annoying every time you take your foot off the gas. You get boom, 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 boom. There she goes. For sure. Let's get it. So I figured since we do have upgraded downpipes now, might as well go to stage 2 plus. I mean, it only makes sense. So went ahead and flashed it, took off the burbles, so we should gain a little bit of power.
1 day later.
All right, so right out the gate, I did want to show you guys how raspy it is when it's like still cold in comfort, because I did just do like a mini pull and there was some rasp. I'm gonna have to let down the windows just a little bit so you guys can hear, but hopefully it's not too much wind noise. But just listen to this. That regardless, it sounds really good, don't get me wrong, but there is that little bit of rasp there while it's still cold. I just wanted to foot stomp that. It's while it's still cold and only in comfort, because I promise you, once it warms up and as soon as I take it out of comfort and put it into sport and then those valves open up, geez, it sounds so good. All right, so it has warmed up quite a bit. It is raining a little bit right now, so I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. Around the window so y'all can hear better. That wind noise is terrible. I'm actually headed to a parking garage right now because yesterday my wife and I actually went to the mall, and in the parking garage the car sounded so good. it was really the only area that we could actually tell a distinctive difference from the ARM high flow cat as compared to like my stock downpipe with the catalytic converter. And the parking garages pretty much just like amplify any sound at all. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the parking garage right now. Obviously we can't do any pulls in the parking garage, but more or less you guys will kind of get a feel for what it sounds like. All right, so we are up here. Let me go ahead and open up the valves and then just listen. Sounds so good, and you can definitely hear the turbo spool a whole lot better. I did turn off the burbles. I'm not a fan of the burbles. It sounds so good. Let me chill out because I see security. Howdy. He said, what's up? I'm gonna pretend like I'm backing into this space right here, because yesterday when me and my wife were in the mall, when I backed up into the spot is when I was really like, oh damn, that sounds really, really good. Because you know with a manual car, you gotta give it a little, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't that sound good? Listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Let me correct myself. But even that sounds so good in the lower RPMs, believe it or not. It sounds so good. Oh my god. Alright, I think y'all get the point. I'm about to strap on this GoPro and get some pulls on the outside. So extra when backing up. Alright, let's put this GoPro on there. I just hooked up the GoPro. It is about to die, so let's hurry up. Literally 3%. Get some revs. Now let me pull over and get this GoPro off before that shit fall off. Alright, just grabbed the GoPro. It survived. I don't know, I'm excited to hear the content, or to hear it, what it sounds like from back there. Because once again, it always sounds way different from the outside or from other people hearing or listening to your car than it does in the cabin, especially in BMWs. Since the sound deadening is so good in these cars, you really can't hear how good your exhaust sounds from the inside. My wipers are going crazy right now. Now I did want to discuss something that not a lot of people talk about, honestly, and that's the smell. So obviously when you get a catless downpipe, the smell is going to be terrible. You're definitely going to notice it. It's going to have that exhaust smell, that gas smell. Some people don't mind it, other people it's a deal breaker. So I will start off by saying that if you don't like the gas smell, then you should probably just stay with the stock downpipe. But if you don't mind a little bit of gas smell, then going with a high flow catted downpipe is probably the way to go. me personally, this is my daily driver, and my wife absolutely hates the smell of like the exhaust or the gas. And honestly, the only time you can really smell it with the high flow catted downpipe is on a cold start and when it's like sitting still in the garage. After it warms up, when I'm at a red light or stopped at a stop sign, something like that, you can't smell the car at all. But since the F80 is my daily driver, I drive it to work. Sometimes I have to put the car seats in the back and take the kids somewhere. I don't want it to smell like gas all the time. But once the car warms up and you're driving or at a stoplight, windows up, windows down, doesn't matter, you're not gonna smell it. Now, as far as performance gains, yes, I did definitely notice a big boost in power. When I first test drove the car, it wasn't on stage 2, and you could still feel just a little more kick, if that makes sense, as compared to the stock downpipe. So regardless of what they may say, yes, you might get more of a horsepower gain with a catless downpipe, but even with the high flow catted downpipe, there definitely is a noticeable power gain. Now, of course, once you pair it with the stage 2 or stage 2 plus tune, then it just sets it over the top, to be honest. This car feels almost like a completely different car now that I've gone stage 2 plus with the high flow catted downpipes. And where I used to be spinning only in like second, third gear, now I'm spinning in fourth as well. So definitely gonna have to get some new tires. Obviously, once I get my tires for my TE37s, this car has way too much torque for anything less than a 200 tread wear tire. So overall, just a conclusion, I definitely recommend the ARM high flow catted downpipe. Like I said, if you want to maximize power and you do not care about like exhaust smells or anything like that, I would definitely go catless. But if it's kind of like a daily driver and you want a little bit of power, a little bit of sound, but you don't want that super strong exhaust gas smell, then this high flow catted downpipe is definitely the way to go. Like I said, there is a power gain, a noticeable power gain. It is compatible with stage 2 plus, so when you're tuning your car, when it says downpipe required, it doesn't matter if you have a catless or a high flow catted downpipe. As long as it's an aftermarket performance downpipe, then you're good to go. So this build right now is rocking the VRSF single mid pipe, now paired with the ARM high flow catted downpipes. Honestly, now I think the exhaust sounds perfect. I don't think I'm gonna change the exhaust unless I go like cat back exhaust and get a full exhaust system. But as of right now, I have no complaints whatsoever. Huge shout out once again to ARM Motorsport for sending out these downpipes. Obviously, they sell really good products. I know y'all saw earlier in the video, the welds on the downpipes looked really good. The only thing that I wish these ones would have had that the stock ones did have was that bracket. So there is a bracket that holds the stock downpipe kind of in place that these ones did not have. These ones didn't have that bracket. Now granted, these are a lot lighter than the stock ones, so maybe they just figured, you know, they don't require a bracket. But honestly, I'm just being nitpicky because everything else about these downpipes, I have zero complaints so far. But just like that, that wraps up today's video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you like this video or it helped you out in any way, smash that thumbs up button. It helps me out tremendously. And as always, Matwire fam, remember your goals and don't stop till you reach them. Peace.
If I'm not doing, what's the real deal? I've been up and down Pharaoh.